Hi guys, I want to talk a little bit today about shifting our mindsets around how we train and what we expect from our dogs and our puppies when we are training. A very common mindset that we get into is, I'm going to wait till my puppy does something I don't like and then I'm going to fix it. Or what do I do when my puppy is already doing this thing? We often we live in a kind of very punitive society in the way that if you do something wrong, you break the law, you go to court, you go to jail, you get punished for it. But when was the last time someone came around and knocked on your door and said, here's $1,000 for not breaking the law? It doesn't happen. So it can be a bit of a perception shift for us to move away from, I want my puppy to stop doing this thing, and look at, what is my puppy doing that I like, and where can I reinforce the behaviors that I like that are happening so that we don't get this thing that I don't like. It's hard to teach a dog not to do a behavior, right? And think about it from perspective. If you're sitting watching this and you're sitting down and I say to you, don't sit down, okay, what comes to your head? Do you think, okay, I'll stand up? Well, if that was what you thought, nope, that wasn't what I wanted. Okay, if you thought, well, I'll crouch. Okay, that wasn't what I wanted either. You're trying to figure out what it is that I want from me saying, don't sit down. Now, in my head, I had jumping jacks. But what part of don't sit down gives you any information that I wanted jumping jacks? None of it. So if we can shift our mindset from, I want my puppy not to be jumping, for example, don't jump, doesn't give them any information as to what to do, because remember, they're jumping because it's been reinforced or rewarded, or in some interaction there it's really worked for them to jump, and so they're going to keep jumping. And they're going to keep jumping even if you get angry or frustrated or yell at them, or any of those things don't really help the jumping problem, because the only thing they still know how to do in that situation is to jump. So if we can shift our mindset away from don't jump to, okay, what do you want it to look like instead? What can we teach them that is easy to teach, not stop them doing? So for example, do you want your puppy sitting when they greet people or greet you? Do you want them lying down? What kind of behavior do you want from them in that situation that we can teach them, rather than I'm going to wait until they're doing this thing I don't like, wait until they're jumping and then try and stop them from jumping. Because remember, every time they get their paws up and they jump on you, and it's not just jumping, I'm just using jumping as an example, but every time they put their paws up and they jump, they're practicing that. They're practicing, this is what I do when I greet you, or this is what I do when I greet people. And what happens when we practice something over and over and over? We get really good at it. So if we want to stop behaviors from happening, we need to catch them before they're happening so that the puppy isn't getting the opportunity to practice this behavior we don't like. And we need to show them, here's what I want you to do instead, because it's much easier to teach a dog to sit every time they come in front of a person, rather than, no, don't jump off, stop it, no, you don't, get that, which can get really frustrating for you and for your puppy, and it can make the relationship between you guys not so much fun, not so great. Puppy doesn't really want to work with you. Learning can be not fun or scary or stressful. So if we can just shift our mindsets a little bit, what I always suggest to my students and my clients is make a list of all the behaviors you don't want your puppy doing and replace them. So I don't want my puppy jumping. Replace that with, what do I want my puppy doing? So that we can start teaching our dogs and puppies what we want them to do, rather than running around after them trying to get them to stop doing all these things we don't like them doing. That's all for now. Any questions, comments? I welcome them. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.